It's Thursday, it's 8 o'clock, and it's the Big Detecting Show. Good evening, Mr. Gaylor. How are you all?
I'm all right, David. Are you all right? Hello, everyone. Yeah, I got attacked just before I come on the show, so I'm scratching. What are you going like that for?
We had no technical issues?
No, there isn't, but there was some nature issues. I took the dog for a walk, and I walked through a swarm of bugs, and they're all over me in my pants and everything.
And I've had a big fight. Yeah. I've had a big fight, and I've got blood all over my face.
Yeah, Clara. Yeah, better not say much about that, Edwy. So, but no.
If you'd have left it.
You had a good week. You've been out detecting?
I got out. Oh, what's happening? What have I done to my screen? What's happening to my screen? Oh, there it is. Sorry. I got out on Saturday. I met one of our guests tonight properly for the first time because nobody's ever actually introduced me to him before. And I got out for a few hours, and I've got a thing going on, you see, which he witnessed. The site that we were on, first time I ever went there, I fell in the river. Second time I got there, I got quite badly electrocuted by the electric fence. And then this time I went, right, I can't do anymore. I'm physically pushed. As I started to walk away, the heavens opened, and it was like about half a mile walk to my car, and it just pelted it down all the way back to my car. The moment I touched my car, glorious sunshine. Anna pulled me quad.
Oh, you div. Oh, do you find much though?
Not as much as I'd liked. I've got a couple of coins. One's a ship halfpenny. One I'm trying to determine. I've been cleaning it off screen before we started. Number sent on that one. A couple of buttons. And we think this is pewter. I don't know what it is, but you see the lines?
Shrapnel.
Yeah, probably.
No, it's not. I showed you what I found, didn't I, on Sunday? At the weekend. Can't remember what
was
that
that lovely thing that you showed me a minute ago that I'm going to put you on full screen?
Yeah.
What are you doing hiding your face? So it's an Oreo in a bit of metal.
Lead.
So it's some form of is it art jewel or is it
It's
just
jet. I think it's jet. I don't know, but it's not plastic, obviously. But yeah, I got cracking. Well, did I get it? Oh, me and my mate James got it. Got 12th century like country manor, big house. I've got some pictures actually, and it's like a millionaire's house. Beautiful, really, really nice. And they've let us on all the pasture at the back, and also their front lawn, which is like a bowling green, and they're letting us dig it up, which is nice. But it's like you try and have a perfect lawn at home, and last thing you want to do is dig it up, apart from lockdown. And they've been really nice, and they're really interested. I gave them most of the fines. It's mainly pennies and stuff like that. But yeah, nice. But the weather is just getting nice now, isn't it? And soon that harvest will come. Oh, I can't wait.
I've got a new T-shirt I got for Father's Day. Best beeping dad ever.
What did I get? Oh, alcohol. Yes, I think I did get alcohol. Philip Will says my dog needs a wee. No, it doesn't. It's just
it's just a pain in the arse.
It's been for a walk, but it's still hyper. But anyway, we can't.
Hello to all the people in the chat room, which there are many of already, and all the viewers who are here watching already. I know there's quite a few who haven't joined us before, and we hope that we interest you enough to come back again in the future. We have lots of guests from around the world. If you'd like to be a guest, get in touch. More than happy to have absolutely anybody, even if it's 5 minutes to tell us about something that you found. If you want to send a video in for us to play from one of the digs, from you, whatever, we're more than happy to play dig reviews, anything like that. Look us up on social media or email Dave at bigdetectingshow.com or Adrian at bigdetectingshow.com. So there you go.
Or
I think
go to bigdetectingshow.com and leave us a voice message.
We forgot all about the voice messages,
which no one's abused for much long. Well,
it's only Rob Random and Shane who actually abuse them.
Scotty B said something, but I think he was ordering a takeaway. I can't remember, but I think
Scotty B was asking he wanted to buy a new child's bike.
He got
with his pocket money.
Yeah, he wanted a grifter, I think. But
Chris Langston left an Barra Brith recipe in the Welsh.
Yes, he did. Yes, and we have now got is it metal oxide, the cassette in the answer machine?
Yes,
it's high quality, so we can take I think 45 minutes now recording before we can swap the tape over. So yeah, it's all good stuff, and we hope to have a fax soon, don't we? Fax number. But anyway, move on.
I don't know. I'm a bit iffy about the fax. It's too modern technology for me. Anyway, without further ado, shall I bring tonight's guest on?
Yeah.
There's only one there at the moment. Good evening, Rick. How are you?
All right, Rick.
Rick's on his own at the moment, but I think you're going to be joined shortly, aren't you, Rick?
Yeah, he's running a little bit late. I'm expecting him anytime.
What's that noise?
Copyright.
There's a strike. There's a strike.
That's nice. You dressed up. You in a village hall?
Oh, me and you got golden tickets off him.
Oh. Hey, guys.
What do we get for our golden ticket? Don't make it sexual again, Phil.
I won't, Phil. I won't. How are you?
All right. How are you both?
All good. Nervous.
Why for? It's just the two of us chatting and you two drinking alcohol.
And 8 people
I'm
watching.
The quiet one.
6, 5.
I'm the quiet one, and I don't normally sort of go out my way at the digs. I hide away, and I just sort of, that's me. I'm just the quiet, shy one behind the scenes.
I've got to
He's the
stop you
shop-
there. I've got to stop you there, Rick. You didn't shut up on Saturday.
That's what it's like when it starts.
I'm all right once I get to know you. Yeah.
So yeah, how are we?
Absolutely.
We're all right.
fantastic.
Yeah, we're all right.
Definitely want some of what you're smoking, but we'll talk about that off air maybe later.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? Rob Random's just said, oh my God, not makeup again. Deja vu with Brad. Don't get the knives out. Do not get a knife out.
No, that was an interesting show in his shed, dressed as a clown with a knife. Yeah. Yeah, very
Basically, the
interesting.
reason why I'm dressed as an Oompa Loompa
It's because you're 4'2".
is I have the very last 2 tickets to the RCM weekender in September.
Check your bad self out.
Ooh.
The very last ones. You cannot buy these. You cannot get these. Even Cookie himself cannot give you these.
Phil, I've got to stop you there, and that still doesn't explain why you're dressed as an Oompa Loompa.
No. Well, it's Willy Wonka.
All the tickets. And Cookie, bless him, is Willy is Wonky, has decided to give Dig Life UK the very last 2 tickets to the RCM. So if
marvellous.
someone would like to win these tickets, there's a summer draw on at the minute on the group. And these are the literally very last 2 tickets. But there's also some other great prizes on there. There is an XPO RX. There's what else, Rick? What else is there, Rick? So we've got there's 40 odd prizes on there basically. Everybody on the group,
Just point to them.
you know, it's all going to charity. It's all going to the RCM.
That little thing I made.
Yeah.
That's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, there's
the little
some drawings by Nick Berry. There's loads of stuff you need to go on there and have a
There's
look.
lots on there. The reason I wouldn't have a go is we've got this five-a-side team with a lucky dip man. And I really did think he'd tap me on to be in his team. And he said, no, you've got to buy a ticket like everybody else.
So basically,
I wouldn't. I said,
you know, last year we had the detect-off between Mickey and myself.
Yeah.
So this year we're doing it sort of a Ryder Cup theme where, you know, we want a team event. So you can buy a ticket to the raffle. It's not a raffle. You can't say raffle. It's a draw. All proceeds will go to the RCM. And then basically you get a chance. There's 5 for me and 5 for Mickey. And we get to pick 1 wild card. And he's annoyed because I haven't picked him as a wild card, basically.
He's picked. One of the Welsh
So,
guys, isn't it?
are all the participants going to be dressing as Roald Dahl characters, perchance?
Would be nice.
Well, not really. This is just
Because I could actually see me pulling off Fantastic Mr. Fox. That sounded so wrong.
basically
Dear.
the top prize is the 2 very last tickets. And if you've already got tickets to this year's RCM, you can use them for next year. So that prize alone is worth 130 quid, I think. And
Marvellous.
there's a list. There's a waiting list for about 200 people to get on that rally. So basically, have a little knock on there, and you might get a chance.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you get to be on your team. Find these.
No. So
Well, what was that 50
So
quid
that's-
off on the other night? You mean I haven't got to do that?
What were they saying,
a
Dave?
special
I
dispensation.
don't know. They're from Ireland, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wait.
Dave, just a quick one. Rob
Can I just
Randon's
say
just
hello to Billy and Vicky.
Yeah. Billy and Vicky.
Thank you
Cheers,
very
mate.
much.
Billy and Vicky. Who's Billy and Vicky?
There are a couple of admins on the Brazier keeps coming down. There are a couple of admins on the page who have sent us over a couple of bottles of champagne for tonight.
Too easy to help me through it, you know. Yeah.
Adrian, no one ever sends us a bottle of champagne to help us through the show.
I don't
That's
drink
not a
that
normal
champagne.
drink, by the way. If anybody wants to know.
Yeah, it's more like it.
I one of those parties. Don't get them out. Yeah.
Dave,
So,
just quickly, Rob Random has said he's got a ticket for RCM that will go up for auction next month with all proceeds to Rodney Cook, which is good, isn't it?
Fair
It's
play
good,
to you,
Rob.
pal.
Absolutely.
Rob, fair play.
what about mine? I
Yeah.
can't put it up.
What was
So,
I doing?
check that you can do that actually. Because,
Oh yeah.
Check with Gary that you can do that.
Yeah.
Because I bought my ticket as I do every year, and then found out as admin I don't actually have to buy it. But I did buy it, and I said, well, it's just one of them. It's to cancer, so I buy it anyway, and asked if I could gift it someone, a very close friend who helps us out a lot. And it's under discussion at the moment. It doesn't look like they are transferable. Don't know.
They are transferable if you,
Really?
if they email me, Adrian at rodneycookmemorial.co.uk, we could void a ticket and reissue it to someone. All we need is their email address and their full name and address. So it can be done.
Thank you,
Adrian at Rodney Cook Memorial. No, is that the address? I don't know. Adrian at rodneycookmemorial.co.uk. Yeah. So if they want to do it, if they want to transfer it, they can. They get a new PDF with the updated info on email to them. So yeah,
lovely.
Drop that in. Why are we here tonight, Dave?
Let's get to know Rick and Fodder a little bit better. A lot of people obviously know them from Dig Life and from Heart of England detecting rallies and such like, and from the Rodney Cook. But how long have you both known each other?
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years. So basically, Rick lives literally
5 minutes.
5 minutes away from me in the lovely town of Blocko in Walsall.
Posh.
And I'd bump into him on digs and what have you. And I don't know if you've never met Rick, he's got an heart of gold, and he'll help anybody, he'll talk to anybody, and and we got on like an house on fire basically. And then that's it, really. Just
the love of the hobby, really. Living so close to each other. It was on the same digs. And it just paired up like that, rather than take two vans, jump in one. So every weekend we meet up, take one van, usually mine, because it's got all the cooking stuff in. And we hit the road, doesn't matter how far it is. I think we've done 3 hour journey, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've done 3 hours, dead weekenders. We've got a 4 hour one coming up.
Scotty Bees.
Yeah, Scotty.
It's there. Coming up.
Yeah, so it's just... When he ain't there, I was on a dig a couple of weeks ago when he was working, so he couldn't make it. And I was wondering how much around the field, feeling like there's something missing. There's a big difference from when you're used to going on your own, as I was, to wandering around the field, and he's always there. There's a fodder shouting, you're there to share something with, and he weren't there. And it was a bit of a strange moment for me after a few years, We sort of regular with each other on not do digs, we get out together. We'll swap out to it before I put my foot in it.
Mum, is he watching this?
Oh, and my daughter.
Yeah. Hello, Sam.
Sam.
I hope you're gonna get the permanent paint off before you and Mrs. Fod have 1-2 buckle me shoe time. That could be a bit weird.
Oh, just imagine state the sheets.
I'll be totally honest with you. I'm a bit into stuff like this. So
we've seen you before, haven't we? At Rodney Cook when Adrian was a bit drunk, but we won't go there.
He was going to beat me up, wasn't he?
No, he was checking you out, man.
Look.
The word smash back and doors came into it. I don't know why.
It was a very hot day. I'd been detecting early, and I'd had quite a bit to drink, and I didn't realise you were doing it for charity. I just thought you dressed up like you did and was going around, and then Dave said, "No, it's a joke." And then I think someone wound me up. James, probably Dave. But yeah, that was quite funny.
TC was winding you up.
Oh. Yeah, because he's
like that, isn't
he? Yeah, he's like that. But no, I think this year's Rodney Cook's going to be bigger and better than ever. It's going to be really, really good. It's going to be, and it's all for charity. And it's so amazing when you talk to people like about metal detecting who don't know anything about it, and you say how much money's raised in those 2.5 days, people they're like, really? Like, yeah,
It's
yeah.
unbelievable.
But
That's colossal, isn't it?
It amazes
Yeah.
me, the generosity of people. I said this on a live video I did the other day. The statistics are 1 in 2, and and I was like, people who are watching this video now, you're going to be affected at some point in your life.
Are we on? We're off.
We're on.
Adrian?
We're on.
yes,
You're drunk.
we're going live in a minute.
There's a time lag, so
Don't be
Adrian's,
looking at that one.
yeah,
mate, honestly.
Adrian's speaking and I'm watching it down there. Yeah, carry on.
Don't worry. And yeah, basically, like I say, you've not been trying to thought there.
Yeah.
You
It's
were
kind of
talking-
1 in 2,
You were
and
talking about cheesy what's-its.
yeah, there's people watching this live video now, and they'll be affected. And
Yeah.
what Gary does is amazing. The whole RCM team is a family, and everybody just tries to do the bit.
Yeah. And
Well, we were going to go live last year, and it's the same site, so we know we won't be going live this year because we had no reception.
yeah, it's in the
But,
middle of nowhere, isn't it?
Fantastic
Well-
location, nonetheless.
Well, last year you had Fodder, and this year there's somebody else coming along. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Can
but
I wind
hopefully-
Adrian up about sort of like who
hopefully
you
it'll put a
are?
smile on people's faces like Fodder did.
Apart from Adrian, you didn't put
Well,
a
I
smile
know
in.
now.
Well,
I know
I
now.
think
It's just that.
I think Adrian will like this actually because I can. Well, in fact, I know Adrian will like this, and hopefully I'll be able to help him in his detecting career.
Oh,
Yeah.
career, Christ.
But, and that's
that'd be
all
the
I'm
day.
going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, it's going to be exceptional this year.
So,
Does it
yeah.
involve heels?
No.
Can it involve
no. I don't
heels?
think no, it doesn't.
If
It's
it does,
nothing-
it's a fetish of his own, that is.
It's nothing like that. But let's just say, all I ever try and do is put smiles on people's faces. Obviously, I was affected myself. I had testicular cancer way back in 2015, and that went to stage 4. I had 5 tumours on the spine. I had them removed, and I survived. But when I went into hospital, I went in with a girl at the same time, and she never made it, and that made me feel terrible. It made me feel guilty, if I'm honest. Why have I survived? She lost her leg, and then she never made it, basically. And also, I was put on a teenage ward, which was horrendous for my head, if I'm honest, because I do suffer with a bit of mental health myself as well. So I've been put on a teenage ward and watching kids dying in front of you. So when I came away from that, I thought, you know what, I'm going to raise some money for them. And at the time, I did my own little thing and raised $7.5 grand. So anyway, when I met Cookie and obviously saw what he was doing, I had to offer some help because that's what I want to do. I want to help people and put smiles on people's faces. And that's where it came from, and that's what we do. That's what we do. We just,
All been touched. I've lost a few through it as well. Yeah, very deep. So yeah, I'm more laid back on it. I tend to just sort of hide behind the scenes and do what I can.
Yeah.
People that know me will know what I do. I don't really want to. Yeah, but yeah, Iceman, ain't he? He's the front man.
It's all about it. I say it every day on the group. Being a survivor, I say it every day, and some people probably don't understand why I say smile. Enjoy those fields because you never know what's around the corner. Literally,
Totally agree. Yeah.
you never know what's around the corner. So I put these posts up and I put these jokes, and I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. When I first got into detecting, I was told that I can't be me because detectorists are so serious. You can't go into the fields and be you, Fod. You can't. Well, before I got called Fod, my name's Phil. You can't be you, Phil. And I was like, what do you mean? And they said, well, they're all dead serious. And I said, well, I'll soon change that.
Listen, got a bit of a surprise for you, all the way from his holidays in Crete. We've got cookies here. Check his speed. Doesn't he look sexy? And that's his friend Les. Detect him with his new friend.
Yeah.
Oh, he's here!
Gary, have you got your speedos on?
Yeah, that's well. I think they call them budgie smugglers, don't they?
Here's the
Yeah.
gaffer.
You all right, mate?
Budgie. Yeah, I'm fine.
I
How
got
are
a
you?
little message this morning asking could he pop on and say hello to you, Fod. So Adrian got wind and got that photo, downloaded it off his Facebook.
No, I got it off
I-
Tinder.
Yeah,
Tinder,
I'm
sorry,
here.
Tinder.
I'm here to keep an eye out.
He's like,
Cookie's always watching.
He's in Crete and he hasn't got his Rodney Cook t-shirt on.
No,
What's going on?
we do
watching, mate. He's always watching.
Yeah.
But you know what? That man, I've got a lot of respect for that man and for what he does and for what he's done so far. So, like I just said to you, being a survivor, you want to help people, and that's what I want to do. And
Handsome.
Can
devil.
you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Lovely.
I'm going out. I'm going outside because I sounded really echoey. And now it's too dark. Oh, there you go. That's better.
That's really nice. Is that Blackpool?
No, not quite, Aid. No,
Oh, I thought you were in Blackpool.
not quite.
You're all right, Gary. What's he
Yeah,
doing?
I'm fine.
I think he's drunk and he's gone for a little run.
Yeah.
No,
He's just gone all the way around to sit back in the same place he was at the first
No,
place.
the Wi-Fi is. I've just come out of having my dinner. Look, I'll show you. I'm in the mess hall.
The mess hall. Where are you in the
Yeah.
army?
Look at that.
Have you got your
Tell you
trunks
what,
on
mate.
in there?
It's a bit crap. That is no food.
Oh, because what is it?
I'm putting all that weight back on, boys. I'm putting all that weight back on.
What
No,
was he
sorry,
doing
I'm
then? Was
try-
that slapping noise?
I'm trying to find a decent Wi-Fi signal. They don't seem to have one in Crete.
That's working.
So-
You're all right.
Is it okay now? Is it?
wife.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, every time I come on this show, I mess things up and the whole Wi-Fi breaks down, doesn't it, guys? And everything goes wrong.
Certainly
Well,
does.
You got your pajamas on. You haven't got them on today, though, have you?
No, not today.
No
I-
pants
I-
today.
I see Fods is dressed up for the occasion then.
Yes. Go on, zoom in.
No,
Dave.
it's normal.
Let Gary see
Yes.
how.
I thought Fods normally dresses like that.
Would you expect anything different, pal?
I still don't get why he's come
No,
on dressed as
not
David
really.
Dickinson.
Because that man there,
He's a Bobby.
He's
He's a
Billy's
Bobby.
has gifted us with the last 2 tickets.
I have, yeah. Well, actually, you have to thank Adrian.
Oh, his Wi-Fi's gone. Oh, it's back again.
Sorry,
You have
Look
to
at us
thank
go
Adrian.
play love.
You're going to have to thank Adrian.
me.
Because Adrian is the one in charge of all the ticket sales and everything else. And yeah, so he had to keep 2 back, didn't you, mate?
You didn't tell me that. They've all been sold out, Gary. There is no.
Oh no.
Under our risk assessment, we agreed a certain amount, so there possibly can't be any more sold. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I don't know. You and Lisa are going to have to stay at home if we give them.
yeah,
away,
I don't.
but,
Well, it looks like Fods is giving away tickets that don't exist then.
yeah, and champagne. No, there's tickets. We're sold out now, Gary, aren't we? After the waiting
We are.
list.
100% sold out. Never.
Gary,
you cannot-
you know, I'm not allowed to speak about. You're not allowed to say too much about Rodney Cook tonight because you're on in 2 weeks doing a whole show about
yeah.
Rodney Cook.
Tell us about
I'm stopping
Phil
you.
and Rick. Tell us about Phil and Rick.
There's not really any. I can't really wax lyrical too much about those two. I love them both with all my heart. They're 2 fantastic. I love them almost as much as I love you, Ed, for what you do for the Rodney Cook.
I don't.
Those 2, what the hell is that picture? Where did you get that from?
Go on, Dave. Shout it again.
So Phil and Dick are two of the nicest blokes I've ever met. They're incredible lads. I love the RCM is absolutely incredible. Rick does a lot of the banners that you see around the site. He does all of those for us. Didn't charge us a penny for them. All of the the posters and all of that. He does all of that in the background. He designed the RCM logo for us as well. He does all the car banners, all the car stickers. He just does everything, and he doesn't ask for anything for it. And then he goes and buys a bloody ticket for the RCM as well. And I said to him, "What are you doing? You don't buy a ticket, Rick." But he does it because he feels he should, because obviously it's what we do. And Phil Fobbs, I love him dearly. He's as mad as a hatter, as we all know. I sometimes walk around on eggshells when I'm with him. Sometimes I'm thinking, because I worry about what he's going to do next. But he's a breath of fresh air for us at the RCM. And Fodder Arena last year was hilarious. And he was just. It was just so funny what he did. And we've got a lot of things planned for Fodder Arena this year. Obviously, we can't go into too much detail. But Fodder Arena will be back this year at the RCM. But in what capacity, we're going to wait and see. The Detect Off last year came about through Mickey and Fods having a bit of a "I'm the better detectorist." So we basically said, "Well, prove it then. Prove which one of you is the best." So that's how the.
And who was the best, Mr. Fodder?
We even have a trophy now donated to us. So we've been given a fantastic RCM trophy, which they'll be fighting for this year. And I've noticed that another certain company has started up a detecting competition. I've seen
detecting championships.
Yeah, I wonder where they got that idea. I wonder where they got that idea from.
I'm going to have to stop you talking about that for legal reasons, but I can't go into it on air. But I'll have to stop you talking about that.
No, at the end of the day, it's a bit of fun. The RCM Detect Off is a bit of a laugh, like everything that we do with this, with Fodder Arena and everything. We're trying to install at the RCM fun.
Put smiles on faces. That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
Put some smiles on faces. Hopefully, yeah.
Talking of smiles on face and Cookie, where's Lisa?
Oh, I've left her back at the room. She's watching Wimbledon.
What?
Oh.
You're having a shit holiday, aren't you?
You should be playing with your balls, not watching them.
Do you know what? We only arrived on Tuesday, and we absolutely shattered. We've both been so busy with work and everything else. All we wanted to do was just relax for a couple of days before we start going off and doing stuff and whatever, it's just relaxing, really, because we're so tired.
Gary, what about, Len, who was detecting behind you in that picture? Is he sharing a room with you, or is he in another room?
There you go, guys. Look, there she is. She's here.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey. Hi, Lisa.
Lisa.
She doesn't.
Can I just say that if you put her next to Fod there, they'd blend in the dress and his hat.
That dress. I was just thinking that. We'd lose him. But no, as I say.
She's brought an RCM hat.
Yeah, she's brought me my RCM hat. We were going to start something up. We want to see people on their holidays wearing their RCM hats.
So that's a good idea.
yeah, so we put the RCM hat in lots of different places throughout the world. So if you go on holiday, take your hat and put your hat on. But no, as I say, I can't talk highly enough about those two. They come out detecting with me as often as they can, and we've had some fantastic days out and some weekends. They're now official members of the Jolly Boys as well. They're official Jolly Boys members, and you have to really work hard to become a Jolly Boy. You really do. And unfortunately, as I say, the last time we went out detecting, Fod found something rather special on one of my fields. So, yeah, it was an amazing seal, complete with a Roman intaglio still intact. So it was a medieval silver seal, a personal medieval silver seal. And it had a Roman intaglio reworked into the seal. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning it was. And to see his face was just...
It was.
Fantastic.
You got it there? You haven't got it there.
A picture.
I think
it's
straight off, man.
that's what's paid for the holiday.
I sold it.
That's what's paid for his. That's what's paid for his teeth whitening.
They're false teeth.
What do you
Gary's
think
breaking up.
Yeah, no.
Listen, Cookie, we're going to let you go because you're breaking up. Lots.
No problem.
So have a fantastic
I'll leave
holiday,
you
and we'll speak to you and Ben in 2 weeks.
We're all right.
We'll
sort it.
Yeah.
Fods, I've just got one thing to say.
I never heard what he said.
Oh, I did. It was awful. Filth.
Take care, Cookie.
Okay.
Have a good holiday.
Yeah, stay safe, everybody.
soon.
Speak
See
to
you
you
soon.
soon, guys. Take
In
care.
2 weeks.
See you later.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
That looks nice. Lovely hotel in Blackpool. Really nice.
Skegging? I thought it was skegging.
No, he got he couldn't afford that.
You thing, what's it
The
called?
seal
Seal
went
didn't
broke.
make that much. So anyway, listen, Rick,
Yes.
how long have you been detecting and why did you start detecting?
Right. Way back, we've always had a small holding in the family.
I've got a small holding.
You know, we've all got small holdings, by the way. Yeah. So I got the first detector many years ago. It was, I think it was a sea scope or a Viking, one of them two. And just checking around the field, it was about 11 acres in total. And I found it was a bronze ring. I'm going back to when I was sort of 17, 18. I think my treasure hunt magazines go back to 1976 or 78. And then you have a spell where it's sort of other things take your mind. So, women, darts, pub, outings. So the detector went behind the scenes. And, I took up target shooting. And what happened there on a job, because I do signs and graphics, I was sticker in the truck. Got my leg caught in a rope, went over and pushed the elbow bone up. So literally this arm was useless for 12 weeks, but I loved the outside. So the best thing I could do, I found a harness. I put my harness on, detector, carried the spade, and I went on to dig with Lawrence, detecting Midlands, and found a hammer on the first outing. And that was it. I came back, scrapped all the old detectors, new ones came in. Mainly the Equinox was the first one, I think. And and from there on, it just ballooned, you know. I can't get enough of it, actually. The only thing I can't get is land. We've got nothing local to us that anybody wants to loose us on. I've got loads of fields, literally 500 yards away, but no access. So that's hence the travelling to anywhere we can, really. You know, any invites? Anybody wants to?
Shane's been golden.
Yeah.
Shane's invited us down a few times. To be fair,
Shane,
Staffordshire Searcher, you know, obviously know Shane. He's your buddy.
Yeah.
Just a few invites down, and that's awesome. Caroline Parkinson, yeah.
So
it's a funny hobby, isn't it? Because when you get to know people, because they've got the same interests, you just gel with most people, don't you? And click. It's so nice. The only thing I'm worried about the show tonight is that we've got an Oompa Loompa in the corner and a man's briefs, a man in Speedos, looking at me. Anyone who tunes in will think this is some very strange show. Metal
detecting show.
Detecting, yeah. But no, it's true.
You can't be like that, Fodder. Well, we'll soon change that. And here we are.
Yeah. Yes, it's. I don't know where Dave's gone. You're there, are you, Dave?
Don't be shy.
I think he's just looking at that picture of Gary on his screen like that. He's zooming in because it's not been photoshopped at all. Phil, how long have you been detecting and what got you into it?
So, my favourite subject at school was history. And I'd always wanted to buy a detector and go detecting when I was young, but obviously there was all the rules and everything, and I never really got into it because I ended up with the wrong crowd and did this and that and what have you. But then many years later, in fact, 2019, so I've only been detecting 3 years, I saw a Facebook post off one of my old school pals, and he'd found some nice stuff. Look, they always say never work with children and animals. And he'd found some nice stuff. So I dropped him a message straight away and I said, Jody, do you mind if I come with you? And he went, yeah, and he took me out and he borrowed me, I think it was a cruiser. And he took me to Bridge North and I found 10 Vicky pennies and I was absolutely blown away. I was like, oh my God, this is me. Because I used to be a bit of a scallywag. And yeah, my life was going a bit shit. Sorry for swearing. Sorry.
On the time.
And sorry, Rick. And yeah, and he took me out and I borrowed his cruise and I went a few more times with him. And I thought, I absolutely love this. And yeah, that's what happened. And then it was around the time that the Simplex was in development, and obviously I knew really nothing about detecting. And I thought, well, what machine do I buy and this and that? I didn't want the same as him. He was like, yeah, you need one of these, and then I got involved with somebody else and he was like, you need this and that. And I've always been somebody who goes my own way. So I just went to Regton's and I said, I've been thinking about this Simplex, and Nigel was like, well, they're not even out yet, how do you know? And I said, well, I've heard good things and blah blah blah. And bless Nigel, I ended up buying an XPO-RX, and great machine. But I wanted a Knox, if I was honest, but I couldn't afford one. I was a few £100 off buying a Knox. So I bought this XPO-RX. I've literally had it 2 weeks, and I went out detecting. I got sent. I went on a rally to Devon. I'm not going to mention who with because we don't speak anymore. But anyway, I went to a rally on Devon. And there was a woman there, Dee Mayo, lovely woman, and her husband, Tony. He was an XP man, and she just literally bought a Knox 2 weeks ago. And we got talking in the field, and she said, I can't get to grips with this Knox. And I says, well, I'm after a Knox. I said, do you want to do a swap? No, she come to me and said, do you want to do a swap? And Tony said, well, I'm an XP man. I can teach her XP. And we literally did a straight swap. And I said, thanks. And I said, do you want any money towards it? Blah, blah, blah. And she was like, no. And she was happy. So I obviously got this Knox because that's what I wanted to start with. And I was running across the field and blah, blah, blah. And I was like ecstatic. And it just went from there. And then in my first year, I found 25 to 30 hammers in my first year. And I was just blown away. I've got one of the best Lizzie sixpences you've ever seen. And it just, I'll never forget it. It was a dodgy signal. It was rock hard clay, and it was over Acton Burnell in Shropshire. And I dug down. It was only about 8 inches, and I opened this. It was rock solid. And I opened it, and it just dropped straight down and hit the floor. And it's the patina on it and the condition. It was like it was dropped yesterday, and that was it. I was up to even more. So yeah, that's a. I've only been detecting 3 years.
Just goes to show,
Like this.
doesn't it? You get some, like, I was only talking to my mate the other day, and we were saying, like, sadly, some people in the hobby have been detecting like 20 years and never found a hammered. And I know you've got to have the right land and stuff like that, but it just goes to show 3 years, and you look at what you've pulled up, and it's not always the machine either. I mean, the Knox is a very good machine. I mean, it's world's best-selling metal detector, I think, if I'm right. But you know, some people like it, some people don't. But what do you say you use again, Rick? A dog.
Yeah. I've sort of a bit of a detector slag, if I can say the word.
No,
No, you can't say slag.
All right, a detector free. I started with the Knox. I was on land that was quite hard on a weekender, and I was frightened of breaking it, to be honest. The ground was so hard and it was ploughed, so it was like hitting bricks. And Nigel Regton and the team were camped out right next to me, and I saw a dais, and that was it. I said, "Can I have a go with that?" Tried it out, and I went over to him and I said, "Look, do me a deal, sell me one for 11111, all the ones, and I'll take one now." And that was it. They sent me a dais right next day, delivered, and I loved it. The dais one. Couldn't wait for the Deus 2 to come out, which I bought. I've got a Fisher F75. I've got this, which came today, and you've been on about.
Dog on a stick.
Can I show you now?
Legend.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
I've got a Sid Perry. I've got the Nocta Legend. Dying to try it out. I've watched a few videos. I bought this off Mickey Richardson, and I've tried it in the garden, and I must admit, pretty freaked out about it at the minute. I'll be trying that one weekend.
I've had one for a few months, and it's a good machine. It is a very good machine. And the new version, was it 1.08 software update, which is out, not out officially, has got some amazing features on it. But I've found more silver than that, than I have with a lot. It loves coins and silver. But I've
14 new features, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a few.
Yeah. They've got lots on there, and it's definitely it was good anyway, but it's improved it even more. And it's very solid, isn't it, Rick? It's a very solid machine.
Very well made. Easy to set up. It collapses down. What can I say? Yes, looking at the screen, it can be quite a bit intimidating, but once you get to grips with it and know what everything does, I think the volume and the tone settings are the one that take up most of the time trying to learn. Once you've got that added tone breaks, I'm dying to get out with it. So I've got the choice really. I've got anything really to pick from, but I just think that one for the next few weeks at least is going to be the number one for me. But I always carry a backup, which will be the Knox, the Deus 2.
Do you know one of the best machines I've ever used is the Fisher F75.
Yeah, good machines, really good machines.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The stuff I've pulled up with that, and it just loves coins. It just will go bang, and it hits so hard with depth, and it's single frequency, and people write it off now with this multi-frequency. You can never write it off at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think multi-frequency is really good, but it's not the be-all and end-all. And VLF single frequency isn't going to die. It's not going to die.
Absolutely.
So,
I've got a friend Dave Edwards in Wales. I don't know if you know Dave Edwards, and he's a top lad. And that was his predominant machine, was the F75. And his fines cabinet is unbelievable, and I mean unbelievable. You know, it's just full of silver, gold, everything. And this is with a single frequency machine. You cannot knock. I don't think there's many people who will knock the F75, if I'm honest.
No,
I want
no.
an awesome machine, and I'd even think of going back to one.
Yeah. They don't come up that often, and they're not that cheap second hand. So,
No,
Dave, you got an F.
Yeah, they're quite expensive, but I'll honestly say I wish I'd never got rid of mine. It was an awesome machine.
Yeah. It's I try to keep the machines I've got. So and if I get rid of them, I don't sell them. I give them to people like his son and lend them out to people, because it's an expensive. It's not as expensive as fishing, but it's an expensive hobby, and you can't sort of say, "Oh, can I try this out in the field for like a couple of hours?" You rely on social media, YouTube, magazine articles, and talking to people. And if you're in a club, it's good because you can borrow. I'm lending the Brutus Atrex to someone next week, actually, and I like doing that because people can get a feel and know how the machine works. But I think it is nice having the ability to have loads of different machines, because you can go on a certain type of field, recently ploughed with multi-frequency, and it doesn't like it, and you can go on there with an old machine that's single frequency and it will smash it. So being able to
you've also got techniques involved as well, Adrian. I mean, I get guys messaging me saying, "Fods, what do you think of this machine?" And Fods, and I'm like, "Well, I've never met you, and I don't know how you detect." So I'm not going to say that's an awesome machine. I've seen people with an Equinox 800 swinging it like billiard. Do you know what I mean? And it's one of the best machines on the market. And you say to me, "If you found anything," I'll say no.
Murphy.
And the technique wrong, do you know? So you can have it's like a winder. Anglian winders are awesome. Well, if it's fitted wrong, it's crap. And it's the same with it detecting.
I like that analogy. With double glazing, if it's
at the end of the day, you can have the best detector in the world. If your technique is wrong,
and the land's wrong,
and the land and your luck's not there on the day, you're not going to find nothing. And people ask me, "What do you think of this?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know where you detect."
Yeah, I get asked it quite a bit, and it's funny you say that. This week I've had about 6 emails. What's the best metal detector to buy?
Exactly, and you know.
Yeah, so
people have stopped asking me because I give them dud information.
Sid's loving that legend at the minute.
Yeah, I like it a lot, and I think it's like when the Simplex came out. It had so many features for the price. A lot of people are dubious, and that was and it still is a really good machine for the money. And the Legend is proven to be so as well, and it's had quite a few updates. Same as the Deus too. Now that you can update it so much easier, and Rutus has got another update soon for the Atrex. So yeah, I think they're different now. Like you bought one years ago, and it had a few blips that you worked around, but now they can update it and fix it for you online, which is pretty cool, really.
Yeah, I think the Vanquish is one not to forget.
Absolutely,
Vanquish, amazing
for the money.
One of my favourite machines, the Vanquish 540, and I went on a club dig a few weeks ago, or it might have been a month ago, and I was blown away the amount of people who had Vanquishes, and they're all finding stuff. You had a Vanquish, didn't you, Dave?
Yes.
No, you did, didn't you?
I will always recommend the Vanquish.
Oh, my number one machine.
Oh, I get confused. You've got so many now, Dave. Yeah.
I actually,
when we if someone's a newbie and they said to me, what should I go for? I would always say the Vanquish.
Vanquish
100%.
Straight off, first one
for the money.
Easy,
Awesome.
Plug and play, get out and go. Brilliant.
Yeah.
The first time I took it out, I used a penny at over 12 inches, and for me, a beginner's machine, turn it straight on, sensitivity down to, away you go, and yeah, it's fantastic machine for starters.
Yeah, that is good. And
like that, it's technique, it's a lot. And when you said to me how long have I been detecting, and I said 3 years. I went on a little. My friend Rowley had bought a CTX, and he said to me, "I've booked a lesson with Neil Jones up in Yorkshire. It's cost you X amount of money. You can jump on if you want." And I went, and I'll tell you what, it was the best thing I ever did. And he taught me how to find targets that everybody walks away from, and that's how I detect now. I used to be that man walking around like that. I used to be running around and blah, blah, blah. Until I had that lesson with Neil Jones. That's why I don't know if you ever see sometimes, I call him my sensei. And that's why, because he taught me stuff that I never knew. And that's what I'll always do. I'll try and pass that on to people who I meet.
Yeah.
Technique is everything. And a lot of it's luck.
Yeah.
Like I said,
a lot of it is luck.
Well, but if you swing it like an idiot, you're finding nothing.
Yeah. I think this year's Rodney Cook, Dave, you're going to find a horde. Come out with me.
I am convinced that site that we were on with Rick at the weekend, the Sense of Shame, because of all the bad luck I have there, something's waiting for me there. I'm positive of it. Fodder, I don't know if you heard at the start of the show, the first time I went, I fell in a river. The second time I went, I got electrocuted on the arse. This week I got piss wet through and pulled me quad. Next time I go, something's coming up.
It is.
Well, I want to make sure the next time you go, they're on there because I'd cry.
I want you to be there so you can show me all these tips so I can find it.
all as we needed was a bit of rain. The ground was so hard. But
we got the rain, but it was when I was walking back.
It was after. It was after, wasn't it?
Can I do a little shout out to somebody, please?
No.
I've got to, because he's my little Welsh buddy. For one, I want to say hello to all my Welsh buddies. Well, there's a very good friend of mine, Amy and Dave.
Sandwiches.
Yeah. They've got married today, so I just want to say a little...
Congratulations, Welsh
sandwiches. He told me he was going to watch it in the pub on his wedding day.
Yeah. Amy and David.
That's dedication, isn't it?
Congratulations.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, blimey. That's the sort of thing I'd do. God, dear, yeah.
And happy birthday to Sid.
Yeah, Sid.
Oh, yeah, Sid's birthday. Happy birthday, Sid.
Massively.
38 today, I heard. But, yeah. No, I think, Dave, should we do the wheel?
Yeah.
Get it out of the way.
It did in a little while. I think we're all right for
5
sorry.
minutes.
It's only 9 o'clock. We usually come on the wheel about 9:10.
Are we doing all right? Been sensible.
Certainly are. Rick,
is
it as easy as we said it was going to be?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's I find it strange. Of course, we got talking to you up there, but I've got a camera down here, so I can see what's happening.
And you're lagging.
But there's a lag of about 30 seconds, so I'll do that, and then I'm watching for it, and it'll happen down here. So we're always one step behind, but yeah.
That's because you're from Walsall, mate.
Yeah,
sounds like my brain.
Yeah, it's a bit well behind up here, down here, middle here, wherever we are. We're as posh as the rest of the country, unfortunately.
So tell us how Dig Life UK came.
I've had on our raffle. We had a go on our
£5.
Where'd you get on it?
Facebook.
Facebook or website?
On the Facebook.
It's on Dig Life UK. So join the group. I don't know if
Join
you're
the
on
group.
What's that underneath the logo? Is that the Facebook page or website?
Diglifeshop.co, diglifeuk-shop.co.uk. You can buy Dig Life stickers, and there's new patches coming out. This one's the iron-on. There's also a Velcro version that you can slap on. And we're hoping to add to it, but at the minute I'm that busy. The shop's sort of taking a bit of a... Yeah, there's any sticker, really. I can manufacture, so stickers, banners, car stripes. I'm hoping to build it up, but at the moment I'm that busy with work. It's just sort of a basic shop with whatever's on there. We did put mugs up that didn't go too well. Not everybody wanted a Dig Life mug, so they've been dropped.
They all ask for them, and as soon as you put them up, they don't want to buy them. So what do you do?
Yeah.
So they've got out, but there will be more.
What about hats? Do you do hats?
So basically, what happened was, at the start of the group, we started in December, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I said, right, I've got a friend who does merchandise. So I went to him, gave him the logo, and we had a load of stuff printed. And I wasn't happy with it. The quality wasn't quite there. And it was too much hassle. You know, I just said people they weren't buying it either, were they? It was like they wanted it for nothing and blah, blah, blah. And it's a lot of money at the end of the day.
The other problem is
shelling out.
Not carrying stock as in shirts. You know, say for instance, this I've got on. Now, everyone's a different size. I bought a large, extra large, double XL. Ended up with this one. Now, to sell them on a shop, you've got to carry so much stock. So it was easy just to buy the patches for iron on. This literally has ironed on, and I've just ripped it off. This is ironed on. But there are Velcro patches that you put on, or, you know. So it's far easier for people to do that than for us to worry about getting the right size or having it sent back.
So what I ended up doing was, it was too much hassle, basically. So I don't know if you know Steve Shorters at Detecting Wear UK.
Indeed, yeah,
Very
we've got
good
all our,
stuff.
we all our
He's a
stock
lovely
through him.
fella. You know, he went off to live in Scotland. I'll never forgive him for that because he's a Midlander. But you know, we all do mistakes. Anyway, I told him he can. You know, he's got his own shop set up. It's easier for him to do dig life stuff, and that's where you go now. If you want a hat or a shirt or anything, just do it that way because it's too much hassle, basically.
And exactly the same for the Big Detecting Show in Archaeology and Metal Detecting Magazine, and that is at Detecting Wear UK. Just Google that and you'll find that, and you'll
and
find
good
all
quality
that,
stuff.
much more.
I give a little shout out to James Wynn at Treasury. So James, I met James at the Rodney Cook, and I think he was the opposite end of you guys.
A fantastic product, yeah.
No, exactly. And you know what? I said to him, your stuff needs to be out there. So we like to get his work is absolutely amazing. I've got a couple of items off him that I display. So we like to put him up on there.
Yeah, fine displays.
Obviously, we've got the RCM rally, and then every month we have the Find of the Month competition.
Is he down there?
Oh, yeah, there we go. There he is. And that's Carl at Spinner Disc.
And then there's Nick Berry.
Another lovely lad. Carl Midgley's another lovely lad, isn't he?
I never asked Carl for anything. Carl messaged me and says, you know, when I did the Christmas draw, the Christmas summer draw, the Christmas draw, super draw, Carl got in touch with me, emailed me and said, Foz, I saw that you're doing a draw. Can I give you this? And he gave us literally about 800 quid's worth of prizes to that draw. And I thought, you know what? I haven't even asked you for that. You've just done that off the... And this is what I said to you earlier about people, the generosity and the hearts of gold. So I've had to put him on and give him a little bit of a promotion because I never asked for anything and he just gave it me. And I was like, wow. And that's what blows me away every week. This draw I've got on at the minute, I think there's 270 odd people have had a go.
Yet.
And every day I'm getting somebody saying, Fod, put this in as a prize. Fod, put this in as a prize.
And there's some very talented, it's amazing how many talented people
Nick Berry
are in
his
the detecting fraternity that have got hidden skills that we never know about until you're chatting away. And then Nick Berry's one, he came out with a walking stick and I was blown away. Absolutely amazing. He'll carve, he'll paint. Look, check him out, Nick Berry Art on Facebook. Absolutely amazing guy. And we've talked him into doing, you can order something off him. He's doing quite a few at the minute. He's got one on the go for me. He's working on ones for pods at the minute. And he's just done one for a very close friend of mine. And I bought one off him for my daughter, or Fodder's did. It was amazing. So, yeah, Nick Berry Art surprised me that he did.
Phil and Rick message me after the show and I'll sort out some stuff from Treasure Hunting Magazine, Greenlight Publishing.
And there you go.
Your raffle.
So that's exactly what happens. I'll do a live video on the page and I'll get a message exactly the same as what you've just done.
Yeah,
it's
and I
amazing.
just need your address to send the invoice, and then we can sort something out. So no, but seriously, message me and we'll sort some things out. And on that note, Wayne Rowlands. Do you know Wayne Rowlands? He's watching the show.
He has a guest a couple of
Wayne's
weeks ago.
a
He
lovely
makes
lad.
the bespoke boxes.
Oh, of course he does.
Yeah.
Yes. He said he'll make you a bespoke wooden sign with the logo on for free. How lovely is that of Wayne?
Wayne, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a story about Wayne. Now, what you've got to bear in mind is I met James, and I've sort of pushed James's work on our page ever since I met him. And Wayne, I have met Wayne in the field. He's a lovely fella, and his work is awesome. But obviously, because we sort of like to try and promote Treasure It and James, Wayne asked if we could do the same, and I felt terrible saying no, if I'm honest, because I didn't want to put James's nose out of joint. Does that make sense? Yeah. But let me tell you now, his work is also amazing.
Was that the noodle man?
Yeah, the one who.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So
Actually,
Wayne, thank you very much.
Word that was.
That means the world to me. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I've just bought my ticket.
Thank you very much, David.
Yeah, thank you all.
Least we can do.
How do you buy them? How do you?
So if you go into the pin, are you actually on Dig Life, Adrian?
Is it on the Book of Faces?
Adrian doesn't go on Facebook.
Yes, I don't know, but I am. I'm on it. I could build you an e-commerce store. I could build you a social media marketing strategy. But when it comes to Facebook, I try and keep off of it because I'm on there. Oh my God, Gary. Cook's
Also, Nick Berry, did he used to be in Heartbeat? By the way,
yes, he did. Yes, and EastEnders. But he's an artist now. So you go on the Facebook page, and
then in the pin posts, you will find the summer draw, basically.
Oh yeah, it's got Willy Wonka.
His Willy is wonky. That's him.
And how do you pay?
Why I'm now dressed.
You have to do a bank transfer to the Rodney Cook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's all above board. Nothing gets sent to us.
We don't have no money
we
for
have
that.
no involvement with anything. It goes straight to the charity. It's all above board.
We just promote.
So, in fact, for those of you who are watching and don't know, if I go onto the Dig Life, in fact, I'll do it on here instead. Much more easier. Bear with me for one moment. Talk amongst yourselves for 5 minutes.
God, sorry.
You're stupid.
Sorry. Dave, don't fucking swear. Yes. I think we'll chuck in like a year's subscription to Treasure Hunting magazine and some
thank you so much.
No, that's all right. It's all for a good cause. And like I said, you can pay after 30 days once you receive the invoice. Because
we don't have any stock, I'll throw in some copies of last year's Rodney Cook rally, Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine with Gary Cook on the front, and we'll get him to sign them for you.
Well, what we could do,
I've got every. I'll sort of get every Treasure Hunt magazine that's out. I subscribe to that every year, and I've got every Greenlight Publishing book and magazine that they do in my library in the back room. So thank you.
No,
so there you go. If you go onto the Dig Life page, you'll see a super summer draw, which is pinned at the top. So basically, they've got the last pair of golden tickets for the Rodney horse, which is as rare as Rocking Horse emoji. There's a waiting list as long as you're on for the pair of these beauties, and not only that, between Dig Life and RCM, we're also donating an XP Orcs ORX. And furthermore, we have 10 tickets for this year's Team Detect Off between myself and Mickey Richardson to become a member of one of our teams to win the ultimate accolade and trophy of RCM Champion Detectorist of the Year. To be in a chance of winning these ultimate prizes, please make a £5 donation to this RCM account's details below, and make sure you put SD as your reference, and you will receive a number which will go into a live draw by myself and his Willy is Wonka at a date to be confirmed. You can enter as many times as you like, But put how many goes you're having in the comments. Good luck.
Yeah.
And the sort code 309626. The account 601760. Account name Rodney Cook Memorial Rally.
Cook or Cook? Is it
Cook. It's
Is it
Dave
Cook?
who can't speak proper Queen's English.
It's Cook. Cook, eh?
Rodney Cookie.
Cook. Rodney
Cookie.
Cook. Cookie.
That's
Cookie.
like Shane. Shane always says, my lady. My
Bill.
lady.
Mawada. Mawada.
Gary, Dave, do you reckon we should get that picture of Gary on the beach printed off for Rodney Cook and get him to sign it and raffle it off?
Send
Definitely.
it me on the site. Send it
Pickle
me.
make a banner.
Send it me. It can go on the banner.
It's a bit low res. I've got to whack it up a bit, but
That's fine.
yeah, I'll get it. I'll put it in Photoshop and tidy it up.
Which what image? Adrian,
know
you need
what?
to do one little bit of extra something on that picture.
Reduction.
You need something absolutely fantastic reflection in his glasses.
A man naked taking the photo.
Yes,
That'd be good. Yeah,
wouldn't it?
Yeah, as dressed as a Kuala Lumpur. With
Kuala
the
Lumpur.
bottom half.
That's a country, mate.
Oh yeah, it is Umpa.
Kuala Lumpur.
Is that where Kuala Lumpur's come from?
Yes.
Umpa. Oh.
Yes.
Sorry, I digress.
Rick. Fell off again.
Yeah, he's got. Yeah,
I think it's that time of the day. Away. No, that's the wrong page. We don't want the competition. There isn't one.
they can't hear us. Dave, can you hear me? They can't hear anything.
He's pretending. He's being an Oompa Loompa from Kuala Lumpur.
They can't hear. Oh, private chat.
I can hear.
No. Can people hear? People hear? Can't hear them. No, he's messaging. Dave, your sound on. No, we're all here. Can you hear us now? They've lost sound. Everyone else
Can you
hear
hear-
it.
Everyone
Yeah,
else can
thank
hear.
you, Kelly. Facebook user. Yes, they can hear us, but we can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Oh gosh.
Oh, they've time
Remnants of
lapse.
strikes.
haven't they?
Anyway, yeah. I've got a pen. I've got loads. Hang on. They'll get that in about 10 minutes' time.
No, put it back. Put it back.
Oh.
You missed the apostrophe and the. That's better. It's a kiss. That's all right.
Oh, look. Here we go. Look.
Oh, I see dead people.
Something's happened. Anyway, let's go and spin the wheel.
Yes, but we've got no one to ask the
We
questions.
could answer him.
We're on.
That's
He's
it.
back. He's back.
We're on.
Yeah,
Got no
no
picture,
sound
got no
now.
picture.
No picture.
No picture, Rick.
There we go.
Hey!
Hey,
It must have gone into standby mode.
It's all right, mate. We can hear you now.
I do.
Oh, I don't know what happened
Right.
there.
Let's spin that wheel.
Oh, I have to do this first, don't I?
Yeah, sorry.
That.
Cheers,
Share
everybody.
screen. Right, it's that time of the day. Are you ready, Rick? Are you ready?
Yeah, go for
Kuala
it.
Lumpur.
What we doing?
Gary,
Spin the
Dave,
wheel.
Christ,
What?
we'll have to read it out to them because they can't. It takes about 10 minutes for them to see it.
If you were an animal, is that Adrian?
Yes.
If you were an animal, what would you do if you were an animal?
Me?
Yeah,
As in what?
exactly.
What would I do? I would like to be a dog.
And do what?
You know what you were going to say that?
Or a horse.
Oh, I know why. I know why.
Yeah, dog or a
I
horse.
knew you were going to say that.
Like
be
to
a
be a
dog,
dog and lick the orange whatsits off Fodder's face.
Rick, if you were an animal, what would you want to be?
Mate,
You just
yeah, a dog.
Oh, sorry, Phil. I can't see you.
Yeah, it's a...
an elephant.
Right. And again.
Hang on a minute. I'm not being rude,
What?
but you're asking me questions that the voices say.
Yeah,
I
it's-
can only ever answer what that voice says in my head. So, you know.
Rick, what was
Yeah,
your first
elephant.
computer?
My first one, oh crikey, it was one where we had the floppy disks. Yeah, I used to build my own. Bought first one back in early 90s. Don't know how I got my head around it, but yeah, it was a case of having to. That was when I got into the signs, as in off the sign writing brushes onto vinyls. And yeah, it was a big learning curve for someone who never had any computing experience.
Was it a Mac?
What? No,
What was
that's
it?
something you wear when it rains.
No,
Is
no,
it now?
I've never had a Mac. This phone, iPhone, and mini iPad is about the best I've got.
What was your first computer, Fod?
Commodore 64.
Hey, that was mine.
Yeah.
Mine was a ZX Spectrum 48K.
Are we the same
Best.
age then, Adrian?
I'm 36. How old are you, Phil?
52.
Ah, yeah, I'm a bit behind.
You wouldn't have had one of them.
Oh, I'm the youngest on the show.
I'm 50, Phil. I'm 50.
Yeah. Commodore 64, mate.
Got mine in a bin liner on Christmas Day, but that's another story.
Next
You didn't live in
question.
Liverpool, did you?
If you had to pay for a license to detect, how much would you pay? What would the limit be for a year if you had to pay? God forbid.
20 quid.
Is this to both of us or to one?
So both,
Both.
ask individually.
Okay, so I'll be honest with you. We've got a park where we live in Bloxwich that dates back to the 1600s. We used to have bull baiting on there. So that is with the council, the licenses. And I think it's
187 or
187
something like that
quid.
for the
And
year.
you know what? I've always swore that I wouldn't pay that. But, you know, sometimes it's literally 2 minutes from where I live. You know, sometimes you get home and you want to go out. It's there. So 187 quid, I'll pay it for a year.
But if you had to pay, let's say the government said, right, anyone who detects now has got to have a license. What would you, not a permission, a license just to
The same as the
detect?
fishing
Oh,
license.
yeah, but-
£27.
It wouldn't be crazy, would it? Because it'd be an uproar. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'd pay it if I'm honest, because
Yeah.
I need it in my life. If I'm honest, I need to do it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, can't do
Yeah.
without it. So 20 quid, but I think they're robbing us if they put a license up. Unless it's going to, the proper channels and going to be used to benefit detectorists.
Great.
What lunch do you take when you're detecting? And I know this is going to be a fantastic one because I've seen you ride.
What? Sorry.
What lunch do you take out when you're detecting?
Lunch? Oh, crikey. Mate, it's anything you want. Pie. Usually a pie because I'll take a microwave with me. And, pie, quick, warm.
yeah, so Rick's got one of these. I call him Gadget Man. That's my nickname for him. Everything that's out there that's new and a gadget, he will buy. And he bought this, what's it called?
It's
Eco thing.
Yeah, it's an eco battery.
And it'll run a microwave. It'll run anything basically. So we get the ginsters pies on the rip, and you know, we go out and we.
It's good for weekenders, you know. It'll run all weekend. It'll do my cooking in microwave, or I'll use gas. But
yeah, just quick, easy, and
something quick and simple. Barbecue if it's nice, but if not, that little battery pack is sound. It'll run. I think
totally off grid.
Run a heat gun, you know, a 240 volts. So well worth a lot of money, but well worth it in my.
You're totally off grid with it, basically.
Yeah, it's great for a weekender.
Yeah,
marvelous. Next up,
marvelous.
It is marvelous. I had it in my mind. I could see him walking round with his backpack on with a microwave on the top. What pinpointer do you use?
Yeah.
What pinpointer do you use?
Right. If I'm using Deus, it's going to be the Deus one. Other than that, I love the Mine Lab. The one yellow handle one gives you the iron bead. That's just me. A lot of people don't, but
I don't like the Mine Lab because the speaker fills up with mud and it's crap.
And if you're a dirty detective,
I use the XP MI4, but I do also like the Garrett Carrot. But I'll get yeah, but I get anxiety with it because you never know when the battery's going to go. So and it has let me down a few times in the field. So yeah, if Garrett Carrot did, and this is. Listen to me now. This is what you should be doing, Garrett. A rechargeable Garrett Carrot that'd kill the market because the speaker's loud and everything, and it's a killer pointer. But the battery part of it is crap.
Yeah, my backup is a Garrett.
And I don't understand the technology's out there. Why are they not doing that?
Well, I've got the what have I got, Adrian? The Quest.
That's
X
really
pointer,
good.
which is rechargeable, just as you're saying. The only problem with that, it decides to go off on its own. And I used to thrash it and bang it, stop it. But then I realised you just have to press the button to reset it. But the fact it does go off on its own, pisses me off greatly.
Have you adjusted the sensitivity, Dave? No. It sometimes if the sensitivity's a bit high, it will go off on its own. But that's a good pinpointer. Sold out a lot of places. That did.
You can do what to it?
Yeah. Don't keep it in your pants.
I think I'm going to have to give you a ring when I'm in the field, Adrian, because I took the Quest out with me on the weekend, and I done what would you say that area I was doing, Rick? Was it about a 10-foot line all the way along? Probably about 100 meters long by about 10 feet wide. And I know I've just mixed up my metric and imperial. And I've done it all with the Vanquish. And then I went over it again with the Quest. And I was getting targets that the Vanquish missed. However, that was getting a bit sort of chattery as well and pissing me off. So I'm going to have to ring it in the field.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry about this.
I'll make this the last question as we're near the end of the show. How much would it take to stop you detecting?
Not enough money in the world. It's for me. I work long hours, work from home, and I'll never know how to switch off. I'll be working till 2:00 in the morning if I need to. When I get a chance to have a break, I just love to detect because that's the only time that my phone is disengaged. Could you take me serious with this one? Detecting is for life at the minute, you know. It's the only time that I cut myself off and totally chill out from everything, really. Love it. Money couldn't take it off me, neither could the government.
You'd have to kill me.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You'd have to kill me.
If I won that 168 million lottery, I would buy the UK just to detect where I want.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, he's looking at the picture. Yeah. He's got that face is ruined now, isn't it? All orange over it.
It looks like one of the hairy bikers.
Phil,
Looks like
Phil,
drop bag.
Phil,
Drop bag.
grot bags, yeah.
Oh,
Isn't it? It's Emu's
grot
windmill
bags.
gone wrong. It's Emu's
This is what
windmill
we like.
and
We
Willy
love to have a
Wonka.
laugh, and detecting's too serious sometimes, guys. And you know what? You've got to smile. You never know what's around the corner. And this is why I love him, because we just laugh and we take the mick. He reins me in when I'm playing up, and what more can I say? He's a really good mate.
Just a quick one. We was going on a dig, and our guy he sent us a clip, and it said, what was it? The rainbow puffs on tour.
Puffs on tour, yeah.
So
Can't say that.
we did that on the it's spelled different. So we did that on overnight. I stickered my van up with this puffs on tour sticker, and we drove hour and a half up the motorway with it on Frank's dig. And when we left, Frank's van was adorned with the same stickers, these stickers. But I've had Fodder in tears, literally 30 seconds as he's pulled on the drive. He's sort of pulled up and I've
6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It's
It's crazy.
That's what we do. We just try and have a laugh. And like I said earlier, you never know what's around the corner. Smile, it will make you so much happier. And if you give somebody a smile in the field, you'll make their life happy, because they're like,
smile costs nothing.
Smiling at, and
Especially looking like that.
it lifts. No, but honestly, it lifts people. When I did the RCM last year as Fodderina, I went round that campsite and I raised 450 quid, right? And I got that many messages off people saying, "Oh my God, Fod, I've never laughed so much in all my life," and this and that. He was so funny, and why haven't you got your own group? And this is where it all come from. I thought, you know what? Let's just do it, and that's where we are now. Have a laugh, smile. Yeah. The fines are a bonus.
Yes, you definitely cheered Adrian up that night.
The friendships are more important than the fines, if I'm honest. It's good for your mental health.
It's not just the treasures below the ground; it's those that are above it.
Good word.
Neil Cleveland. Rick looks like Les Contoy off Benidorm.
Phil, are you getting a cab home tonight?
I'm walking, mate. I'm literally 2 minutes away.
That's even worse. Some poor kid's going to leave his mate's house and see that. Can you stand up for us so I can see your dungarees? Oh, my God.
Oh, do you know we've got to get Scotty B dressed up next to him, haven't we?
Oh, yes. Yes. Dave.
Every little thing at the side
the look I got on my face when he pulled up, I was expecting something different, but not that. And I was just gawping down the drive. He's appeared from behind his van in that game.
What he hasn't told you, Rick, he's used a can of orange spray paint on his face.
Yeah, like Phoenix Nights, where he sprayed
you know what?
aerosol.
As long as
Potter's Tiger.
smile on one person's face, that's all it takes. One person. If this has made one person smile, I'm happy. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah. I think you made 2. Me and Dave, we've got 2 people watching the show. Haven't we, Dave? Gary Cook and Lisa Cook.
No, Lisa's gone bad now.
Oh yeah, she's just gone. But yeah, no, it's been lovely talking to you guys.
I'll let you into a little secret. Lisa has actually got a picture of me on her boiler in the garage. That's top news. Work that one out. Oh, we've gone off again, haven't we?
Dressed in what way?
It was that.
I was a sumo wrestler on that one.
Wanking Fod.
You can't swear. Stop swearing.
Yeah.
Honestly, you're bringing the group
banking.
down, mate.
Working banking, Phil.
Yes,
don't you?
banking.
I'm really sorry.
Banking.
He gave me this earlier, and all he's done is swear. I do apologise. You're bringing the group down.
You're bringing the show down. We never do say anything rude or anything that you could even.
No, never. Oh,
we've never said. Oh, what have we said?
We haven't said a few words tonight.
We haven't said girth
or shaft.
We haven't said definitely not said shaft.
No, definitely. Oh, talking of shafts, it's got the Legend's got a lovely shaft on it, carbon fibre.
Got a bit of helicopter in there.
Yeah, get that on a good idea. Yeah, it's this hobby. I've met so many new and nice friends. You know, it's amazing.
And you met me as well.
I have. I met Dave for the first time. Actually, I've met him before, but the first time I've met you was to chat with this week, the last weekend. Brilliant, really nice, easy to get on with. Love your bits. Not love your bits.
You love my bits.
Are you
Puffs
drunk?
on tour, love my bits.
He was when you had a break.
Oh,
Is he drunk? I think listen.
No,
I'm really sorry.
No, it's yeah. The hobby, it's just full of lovely people, and you do get the odd one that spoils it, but in general, just to get out in the field, have a laugh, socialise, the detecting side of it, what you pull out the ground is a bonus, really. And I pull nails, horseshoes, loads of crap, foil. He gets the good stuff, but somebody's got to lose. That's me, unfortunately.
Fod, I'm having a T-shirt made. Rick loves Dave's bits.
Dave, I'm so sorry. I do apologise, mate, and wholeheartedly.
I'd buy it.
Work with old people, animals, and children.
Yeah, I'd buy that, Dave.
Which one's Rick?
Child. Can I give a quick shout out to Stevie Newman?
No.
Steve, I'm sorry, mate. They won't let me.
No, I agree. We'll give Steve. Steve is a lovely bloke. Wickford Metal Detecting Club, Metal Detecting Madness. I went out of him the other month, and I hope to go out of him again soon. Lovely bloke, and he's donated money. He's
another genuine geezer. He's got a heart of gold.
Diamond.
Love him to bits.
And he's funny.
And as all my Welsh buddies, and a bad, teddy bad.
Can we have a shout out for Phil Fragg?
Yeah.
Love him to bits, you know. Such a nice guy. Great
I need
gigs.
to meet him because I keep getting him and Fod mixed up. I don't know why.
Oh my God, Dave, honestly, I'll message him regularly. I'll get a message. Somebody who thinks I'm him saying, I just need to report this. Yeah, this happened on your dig the other day. And I'm like, what are you on about, pal? I don't. I think you're on about Frag. I get it all the while. The while.
Super guy.
Oh.
Well, listen, lads, it's been an
you.
absolute pleasure having you on tonight. We've actually run over, and we don't run over very often, do we, Adrian?
No.
Well,
Nick Berry
thank
is in
you
the
so
chat.
much for having us. I've really enjoyed it, and I do apologise for my my dad.
Yeah. Alzheimer's, you know, I've
Rick
struggled a
loves
bit.
Dave's bits.
I'm never going to live that down.
Got to get that T-shirt done.
I love it.
Been a pl-
Look at this.
Yeah, it's been.
I love you, dude.
It's been a pleasure talking to you tonight, guys, and well done. Joking aside, for all the good work you do for charity and the money you raise, it's so nice. So hats off to you, top guys. Well done, and I look forward to catching up with you, Rodney.
Can you see the bottom of the screen, Fod?
Rick loves Dave's bits.
Can you see the bottom of the screen?
No,
Oh, no.
Rick
loves
that bits. Too.
quality.
I've got to get a T-shirt with that on now.
Right,
Thanks,
gents.
I really appreciate it.
No, we appreciate you coming on. And as we said at the start of the show, if anybody does want to come on as a guest, get in touch with us. If we're not, obviously, we have lots of people back regularly, but we love speaking to people who we've not spoken to before and letting them have their say and introduce themselves and get to know them a little bit better. As tonight, we have Rick and Fod. So well done for all you're doing, lads. And I hope to see you both in the fields very soon.
Certainly will. Thank you, guys. Take care.
Take care, guys.
Up to everyone.
Take care. And
Cheers.
we
you.
will see you all next week with we have got guests lined up for next week. Can't remember the names, so they'll be here anyway.
Oh,
So take
yeah.
care, everybody. Good night.